Hey everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys are having a good weekend out there. It's a beautiful weekend here. Still summer-like weather, or at least we're gonna have summer-like highs today, but it was kind of pleasant this morning. I went and sat outside for about 15-20 minutes. About 7 o'clock, it was about 65 degrees, and after a super hot summer, that was just real pleasant. So looking forward to much more of that. Today I want to talk about staying connected, the breath, and simple mindfulness. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, please go down there now and hit that subscribe button, and then make sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll be sure and stay subscribed to the channel. Today I'm not reading, we're moving on to another mindfulness book. This is Wherever You Go, There You Are by Jon Kabat. I'm actually just about to start this one, and I had found a passage that I wanted to share with you. And this is a real simple one, and this is a real practical application of the way I view my mindfulness practice. Keeping the breath in mind. It helps to have a focus for your attention, an anchor line to tether you to the present moment and to guide you back when the mind wanders. The breath serves this purpose exceedingly well. It can be a true ally. Bringing awareness to our breathing, we remind ourselves that we are here now, so we might as well be fully awake for whatever is already happening. Our breathing can help us in capturing our moments. It's surprising that more people don't know about this. After all, the breath is always here, right under our noses. You would think just by chance we might have come across its usefulness at one point or another. We even have the phrase, "I didn't have a moment to breathe or to catch my breath," to give us a hint that moments and breathing might be connected in an interesting way. To use your breathing to nurture mindfulness, just tune into the feeling of it. The feeling of the breath coming into your body and the feeling of the breath leaving your body. That's all, just feeling the breath. Breathing and know that you're breathing. This doesn't mean deep breathing or forcing your breathing or trying to feel anything special or wondering whether you're doing it right. It doesn't mean thinking about your breathing either. It's just a bare bones awareness of the breath moving in and the breath moving out. It doesn't have to be for a long time at any one stretch. Using the breath to bring us back to the present moment takes no time at all, only a shift in attention. But great adventures await you if you give yourself a little time to string moments of awareness together, breath by breath, moment to moment. Try this. Staying with one full in-breath as it comes in, one full out-breath as it goes out, keeping your mind open and free for just this moment, just this breath. Abandon all ideas of getting somewhere or having anything happen. Just keep returning to the breath when the mind wanders, stringing moments of mindfulness together, breath by breath. Try it every once in a while as you read this book. Kabir says, "Student, tell me, what is God? He is the breath inside the breath." Practice, practice, practice. It helps to keep at it. As you begin befriending your breath, you are immediately aware that unawareness is everywhere. Your breath teaches you that not only does unawareness go with the territory, it is the territory. It does this by showing you over and over again that it's not so easy to stay with the breath even if you want to. Lots of things intrude, carry us off, prevent us from concentrating. We see that the mind has gotten cluttered over the years like an attic with old bags and accumulated junk. Just knowing this is a big step in the right direction. And practice doesn't mean rehearsal. We use the word practice to describe the cultivation of mindfulness, but it is not meant in the usual sense of a repetitive rehearsing to get better and better so that a performance or a competition will go as well as possible. Mindfulness practice means that we commit fully in each moment to being present. Simple as that. There is no performance, there is just this moment. We are not trying to improve or to get anywhere else. We are not even running after special insights or visions, nor are we forcing ourselves to be non-judgmental, calm, or relaxed. And we are certainly not promoting self-consciousness or indulging in self-preoccupation. Rather, we are simply inviting ourselves to interface with this moment in full awareness, with the intention to embody as best we can an orientation of calmness, mindfulness, and equanimity right here and right now. Of course, with continued practice and the right kind of firm yet gentle effort, calmness and mindfulness and equanimity develop and deepen on their own, out of your commitment to dwell in stillness and to observe without reacting, without judging. Realizations and insights, profound experiences of stillness and joy do come, but it would be incorrect to say that we are practicing to make these experiences happen, or that having more of them is better than having fewer of them. The spirit of mindfulness is to practice for its own sake, and just to take each moment as it comes, pleasant or unpleasant, good, bad, or ugly, and then work with that because it is what is present now. With this attitude, life itself becomes practice. Then, rather than doing practice, it might be better said that the practice is doing you, or that life itself becomes your meditation teacher and your guide. You don't have to go out of your way to practice. Henry David Thoreau's 2 years at Walden Pond were above all a personal experiment in mindfulness. He chose to put his life on the line in order to revel in the wonder and simplicity of present moments. But you don't have to go out of your way or find some place special to practice mindfulness. It is sufficient to make a little time in your life for stillness and what we call non-doing, and then tune into your breathing. All of Walden Pond is within your breath. The miracle of the changing seasons is within the breath. Your parents and your children are within the breath. Your body and your mind are within the breath. The breath is the current connecting body and mind, connecting us with our parents and our children, connecting our body with the outer world's body. It is the current of life. There are nothing but golden fish in this stream. All we need to see them clearly is the lens of awareness. Couple little quotes for you here. Time is but the stream I go a-fishing in. I drink at it, but while I drink, I see the sandy bottom and detect how shallow it is. Its thin current slides away, but eternity remains. I would drink deeper, fish in the sky, whose bottom is pebbly with stars. Then one other, in eternity there is indeed something true and sublime, but all these times and places and occasions are now and here. God himself culminates in the present moment, and will never be more divine in the lapse of all the ages. Good stuff. I like to pick out when I'm talking about my mindfulness practice, because I don't really expect people to say, oh yeah, mindfulness has grabbed me, and you're going to go out there and like really establish a practice. But I just like to keep reiterating that you can use this. You know, I think you don't even have to put a label on it and call it mindfulness, but just that observance of the breath, that back at the very beginning, that's as simple as it gets right there. Right there. Staying with one full in-breath as it comes in, one full out-breath as it goes out. I think I did that one. Maybe I talked about that last week. I know I've talked about that a number of times. Just, if you've never actually felt this, tuned in, or tried it, just do that one time, and like it said, like he was talking about in there, you can string those moments together throughout the day. Maybe the thought of that drives you nuts. Some people are kind of hyper, and the thought of sitting, breathing, meditating, any of that kind of stuff is a little daunting to them. But just string those moments together. Maybe you know, when you're standing outside, I do that a lot out in my front yard. You know, outside my just normal time of day when I'm meditating, I'll just stand out there and I'm just aware. I'm with that in-breath. I'm with that out-breath. Now, I will tell you something, a little FYI for you, that not forcing it, not trying to breathe deep, that's kind of a mind, that's kind of gets into your head a little bit. I'm constantly feel like, oh, am I manipulating the breath? But that's part of it. Just, you know, just keep going back to the breath. Don't get frustrated with yourself every time it happens. Don't don't judge yourself. That's going to happen. That's what happens with everybody. But you can tune into this anywhere. You can tune into this in stressful situations. You can tune into this, you know, sometimes it would be a very good idea for people to do this before they speak, especially when they're angry, or before we type, you know, before we type that message out there that's going to make everybody angry or whatever. But, you know, just taking a moment and being here. That's all mindfulness is every time we are here right now, we are practicing mindfulness. And it's something that is very powerful. It's very powerful. If you ever feel it one time, you're going to feel like, wow, I have this power at my fingertips, because, you know, it'll bail you out in a lot of situations. But don't think of it as that either. It's a troubleshooter or something to pull you out of or bail you out when you're in tough times. Think of something as you can embrace all the time. Think of it as something that you can really tune in to the beauty around you. You can really be more mindful of where you are, be more in tune, and consequently we live more. Because when we're constantly back in the past or thinking ahead in the future, we're not living. The only place living happens is right now. In this very second that I'm talking to you is the only time that I'm truly alive. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed that one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.